Before we get started into the command line and why it's important to know how to use it effectively as a software engineer, let's talk about how we usually interact with the operating system. The way we usually interact with the operating system is through what is called a graphical user interface, or a GUI. A GUI uses graphics and icons to interact with the operating system to perform tasks such as opening and closing files, folders, or even applications. You can create new folders or directories, or moving files or folders into different directories. Even deleting folders all can be done through the GUI. It's a pretty intuitive way of interacting with the operating system. However, as developers, it's not that efficient when performing certain tasks that we as software developers do quite often, like creating new files or moving files to different folders or just navigating the operating system as well as the directories as well. That brings us as to why the command line interface is so important. Now, the command line interface can seem pretty intimidating, but I can promise you, you can't destroy your computer or anything, like totally wipe your entire computer by just typing random things. It's just another way to interact with your operating system. It's a way to navigate files, folders, directories, as well as create files, folders, and even running programs, which you will be doing quite often in the command line. So let's just take a look. Now I'm bringing up the Spotlight search, and I'm going to type in terminal. I'm going to bring up my terminal, which is this very intimidating thing. I promise you it's not that bad. If I'm going to clear, so here we can do multiple things, like listing out the current directory. These are all folders in my current directory. And I can navigate into specific directories like CD, Code Platoon. And now I'm within Code Platoon. I can make a directory by typing mkdir, new directory. Now if I ls lists all the files and folders in the current working directory, which is this current working directory called Code Platoon, typing ls to list everything out. Here are all the folders in the Code Platoon directory, and you can see I just created this new directory called new directory, which I created right here. Now if I want to navigate within the new directory, I can cd current directory, new underscore directory, and I can autofill this by typing tab, and it'll fill in, or like autocomplete, what directory you want. Now ls, there's nothing in the new directory because I just created it, but you can see here that I'm currently in the new directory by where it says new directory. If I want to clear everything, just kind of have a clean slate in my terminal, I can type clear, and there I've got a clear slate. It doesn't really clear because I can navigate up and see all the previous commands. It just erases, just kind of like moves everything upwards. Now, if I want to create a new file, I can do touch, new file. Let's do new text.txt. So now if I want to list everything out in this new directory, because since I just created this new text file within the new directory, I want to list it out, and there it is. There's my new text file. If I want to navigate up another level, so I'm in new directory, if I want to navigate into the Code Platoon directory, I can do cd period or dot, and there moved up another directory. ls, list it, here's my new directory, here are all the other files and folders. So I'm in new directory, new cd, new autofill by clicking tab, there's my new directory. Now if I wanted to remove, let's see what commands I'm able to remove. So I'm able to add a folder, remove folder. I can list the contents by doing the ls. I can add a file by doing the touch. I can remove a file and navigate to another folder. So let's add, we already added a folder with make directory. Let's make another directory. So I'm in new directory, ls, make directory, test directory. LSing because I'm listing. There's my test directory. And it's okay if you're terminal or command line or console, they're all kind of called the same thing. It's in different colors. That's like custom settings that will set you up with when you are on your first day. List it. Now I want to cd into, I want to go into the test directory. And there's no contents in there. There's no files. I want to create a file by doing touch, new JS file. There's my new JS file. If I want to remove a file, I can do rm.new JS. There's nothing else in there. Now if I want to cd upwards, there's my test directory. If I want to remove a directory, it's rm.rf test directory. Nothing happened, which is good. And I list it. Now the test directory is gone. And those are kind of like the basic commands that you'll be using on a daily basis when navigating around and creating new files and folders and stuff like that. So let's review what commands you can do to navigate and just perform in your terminal or command line or console. It's all called the same thing. So we have this make directory, which will create a new folder. So make directory creates a new folder. We can do touch followed by the name of the file you want, which creates a new file. We have remove directory or remove recursively force. That's kind of what that means, which removes the folder, recursively removes all the items in the folder and then also removes the folder. So if you try to remove a folder, delete a folder that contains files or other folders, it won't automatically delete it. If you use rmdir, you'll have to use rm recursively force to remove and delete that entire folder. We have rm remove, which removes the file or deletes the file. Then we have ls to list everything in the folder. Then we also have cd, which changes what directory you're in. So we have this little practice task for you to get acclimated to utilizing the command line and using all the commands that we just kind of went through. So what can you do with the command line? So you have 9 things that you kind of have to do. So you have to make a folder on the desktop called command line exercises. So you're going to make a directory called command line exercises or exercise. And then you're going to cd into that folder and make another folder called exercise 1. And then you're going to create an empty file called awesome.txt. So how do you create a file? You just do the touch command followed by the awesome.txt. Then you want to navigate back out one directory up and create another folder called exercise 2. So you're going to cd space ... up one level and then create another folder, so make directory called exercise 2. And you're going to change into that directory by doing cd space exercise 2. And then you're going to change back out of that directory, which is cd space ... And then you're going to delete exercise 2, which is rmdir space exercise 2. And then you're going to list everything in the current folder that you're in, which is the command ls. Then you're going to change into the exercise 1 folder and list everything in it, which there probably shouldn't be anything in it at this point. So you're going to have to navigate into the command line exercises folder, and then also into the exercise 1 folder. And that's it. That's everything about the command line that you pretty much need to get started